I will try to explain the Schimmelpfennig gene and its effects. So I have a galaxy project, or the Japanese style with the Asian dorsal. So he's got the Schimmelpfennig. Sorry, it's hard to say that word. Even harder to spell. So he's got that in the front of his body. And whenever there is black patterns, usually that means that the gene does not express there. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. So this juvie, or I guess young juvie or big fry. So he's got the gene, but he's got different genes that are being expressed. So he's being influenced by the Asian blow. It's not blue, it's blow. So B-L-A-U. So that gene is making him have some blue tinges, but he, depending on the light, he will change color. At some point, if the light hits him sideways, like diagonal light, he'll turn green. So he'll change colors. So with this particular fry, you don't see the Schimmelpfennig as much. So it allows for the black patterns to be expressed. So now I'm going to show you a gorgeous little freak. He's a great example of the two mutations. So both the Asian blow and Schimmelpfennig they are mutations. So this guy has too much of the Schimmelpfennig that expresses itself. What that causes is it causes for the black patterns to not be able to show up, okay, or express themselves. So now he can still be used for breeding because he carries the Asian blow. You can definitely see the Asian blow and the Schimmelpfennig in the front. So the yellow platinum or the gold platinum, so that's in the front of the fish. And on the dorsal and the caudal, on the tail, there you can see that it's the Asian blow that is expressed there. So he's a cool part of the experiment. So that's the thing is when you're doing scientific experiments, you get various results. Okay, so he's really a neat. I'm gonna show you a different fish while that one's kind of gone. So anyway, that one was a neat example of when there is too much of a good thing. Okay, so for me, I don't like him as much because there's not enough pattern. I want pattern. So this one has more pattern, so I prefer him. And of course, this is a cousin, half brother, but from a different female. So he came out what you called multicolored or multi. Okay, so he's actually what I'm aiming for. He's what I want to do. So he's not for sale, but his brothers and sisters will be for sale. But he's my selection. He's the one I selected to move forward with my breeding program. So you can see the Schimmelpfennig in the front, and he doesn't have too much of it. So the patterning can come through, okay? And the patterning is a galaxy type of patterning with some leopard spots in it. And the reason that there are leopard spots is because it comes from the from a merge. It's a merge of two genes. Okay, when you have this merge, it causes the leopard spots. So the merge is snake skin. Okay, so now in my case, the origins are merging the snake skin with bluegrass. Okay, if you merge snake skin and bluegrass, you get leopard and you get galaxy. Okay, so leopard spots are a normal part of a galaxy. You have to understand that, because sometimes the fish will be completely leopard and not look like your typical galaxy, right? But you can have leopards and galaxies together, like brothers and sisters. So a brother can be a leopard and the other brother can look more like your galaxy with your mixed patterns in it. So the idea of a galaxy is to have mixed patterns in your fish. Now, there are different breeders of galaxies around the world. So the one that I'm following his recipe. It was a Japanese breeder, famous Japanese breeder who's unfortunately passed away now. And his name is Tsutsui. So if you look for Tsutsui Galaxy, you will find stuff on the internet immediately and you can educate yourself. This video would be too long, and I also wrote an article on it, so this will be published very shortly. So you can have more details about the Japanese breeder's recipe, okay? Now, unfortunately, so in the world, there are associations of people that are like-minded. So you can call them cliques, okay? And they're not accepting the Asian dorsals. And I say Asian because, you know, they're accepted in Asia. But so Tsutsui and other breeders in Asia worked really hard to increase the size of the dorsals. So, sorry, it's really hard to keep them focused. So Tsutsui and yeah, the other Asian breeders, they worked really hard to improve the dorsals, improving according to their specs, right? So they increased the size of the dorsals, and they created two types. They created a sail fin and a high fin. The high fin is more rounded and the sail fin is pointy. So he has, I don't know if he'll show his dorsal. He only shows it sometimes, but he has a sail fin. Most of mine have a sail fin. So he doesn't have the spike. This guy doesn't have the spike. So it would be more of a high fin than a sail fin. He might develop the spike later. He definitely will have the spike. Now, see, his brother does not have the spike. So he'll have a more rounded. So he's probably going to end up being what you call a high fin. I apologize. It's the reflections are there. Oh. So his dorsal is a lot more rounded. I apologize. They don't always show their dorsals. So, the other issue that you have to deal with when you're breeding guppies, so it's the shape of the tail. So I've got two projects within the same project. So I have some delta tails and some, I'm trying to produce some half moons, but that is extremely, extremely, extremely difficult to do. So the half moons are accepted in the show. I'm going to call them European show associations. So you can have a high fin as long as you are in the half moon category. The thing is, it's very difficult to get the half moon tails. So most of the time it's delta tails. So there is no class for the high fin or sail fin dorsal in the delta tail category in the Western associations, and that's just for now. It might change with time. Okay, so if you have Asian galaxies, okay, you can only show your fish for now in Asia. You can do online shows, but you can only show your fish in Asia. And it's part of the world show as well. They have a list of classes for the world show. So there is hyphen delta and sail fin delta in the world show. But like I said, it's not accepted in the Western clubs yet.